Dame Dash is clowning Camron for being a sportscaster.
You thought the pink and all that was going to equate to, hey, live from this and I'm going to talk about sweaty men all day? That's not no fresh shit. Fly niggas don't talk about sweaty men.
Hey, Dame, look.
All right, listen.
Listen, this is what we going to do, man. We about to intro.
I got distracted. New network.
Yeah, look, we going to intro.
And then we going to viral mode. Just go viral.
That's a viral mode. Fly niggas don't talk about sweaty men.
Fly nigga talk about a sweaty nigga. What a sweaty nigga do?
Not at all.
You going to go in the locker room where niggas taking showers and all that? And then talk about them? That was that. We used to laugh at that type shit. Like, look at this. What the fuck is this? And now you gonna go get cheap teeth and have a big mouth? Go get some designer teeth.
Just do it, man.
Let's go dentist for dentist. My dentist is Dr. Appa.
Dame gonna have us everywhere.
Dr. Appa. I bet my dentist has more Ferraris than yours in every country. Because I don't do cheap teeth. Just because they're new. It's just like clothes, right? Yeah. So let's talk about clothes. Mm-hmm. You ever seen counterfeit clothes or cheap made clothes? Definitely. You don't want to wear that. Nah. Don't you think this the same thing in teeth?
Definitely.
I got designer teeth. I got Dr. Appa teeth.
No, me too.
So you don't have the Dr. Appas.
That's why I ain't Dr. Appa.
But you know, you get a cheap version of a suit and look crazy. Imagine a cheap version of teeth. Look at Camron's face. I'm gonna say his name. He has undesigner, unauthentic, bootleg, cheap teeth, and he can't pull them out. Can you imagine if you bought the wrong style of teeth and now you got to go through an opera? Are these the wrong ones? He got the one of those in his mouth. Pause. Damn. Yeah, I want you to keep talking.
Open the ghetto runways.
Fly niggas don't talk about sweaty men. Yeah.
What's up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join that membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. Dame Dash got some nerve. Dame Dash clowning anybody is absolutely weird, being as though Dame Dash himself is in economic trouble, right? Just like most of us, the economy's messed up. But Dame Dash is in more trouble than most of us because Dame Dash owes millions to a lot of people. There are various people with their hands out, and some of them have actually won judgments against him. He's been ordered to sell most of his studio property, his cameras, everything that he owns. People, I think that was sold for $1, right? He lost that, if I'm not mistaken, he lost a YouTube channel as well. He lost a lot of things in regard to what he cherishes the most, is being able to produce these awful movies that he makes. And at the end of the day, we're seeing him still go around and get big bone and brolic once again, popping up on all these podcasts, promoting everything else but what he got going on, which is supposed to be this new show that I believe that BET greenlit, who God knows why they greenlit a show from Dame Dash, because he's going to self-destruct like he does everything else. But they greenlit a show where Dame Dash is going to be a talk show where he's going to be talking to the OGs from Harlem, who have salute to the OGs from Harlem. This is not about them. This is about Dame Dash. But the OGs from Harlem, he's going to sit them down and have them tell their stories, right? Their tales of life in the struggle, in the hood, and this, that, and the third, as if there's nothing else that Dame Dash can cook up. There's always some hood shit, some Harlem shit, some drug dealer tales that are we're almost beyond this shit, gang. I do understand that we do still have a fondness to tell these stories from the 90s when this guy shot that guy over a key of cocaine, and that guy used to run the whole strip, and everybody used to bow down to him until they robbed him. And so it's a million stories of betrayal and suffering and anger, this, that, and the third. But what Dame Dash don't understand is some of that stuff need to be left in the past, and you got to adapt to the times right now. Yes, YouTube does have corners of YouTube where you can hear those drug dealer tales on end. Alpo and the guys from my area, fucking Rayful Edmonds and this, that, and the third. It's a whole bunch of stories from a whole bunch of drug dealers, and you can sit there and fall into a deep, dark black hole of old cocaine stories. But at the end of the day, at this level of the game, Dame Dash, you've been doing that for way too long. You've released too many movies, still projecting that lifestyle. There has to be something bigger and better. And for you to come out here and clowning Camron for getting an honest living, gang. Let's just be honest. A sportscaster is funny, right? He went on to clown Camron for being a so-called sportscaster. He's not a sportscaster. This is how 90s Dames thinks. He's not a sportscaster. He's a commentator that commentates on a lot of things that include sports. He's not a sportscaster. He's not on a news channel with a microphone to his face talking about football, basketball, high school, college, and all this nonsense, all these different games. He's not going in the locker rooms talking to athletes, this, that, and the third. But Dame Dash is so antiquated and so out of date with what's going on. Dame Dash calls Camron a sportscaster. He went on this podcast with these guys, Ghetto Runaways, and decided to try to poke fun at a man who's literally getting millions for literally everything he does. He just did the J. Cole interview after suing J. Cole, made J. Cole come out of hiding and sit down with him and drop the lawsuit. This guy is on a hell of a run, and we're seeing nothing but Dame Dash go backwards. Dame Dash coined the phrase chatty patties, and now you can get Dame Dash for as little as God knows $300, because we know that one of them interviews back in the day that he went to see Vlad, and Vlad was giving him $300, and he said, I want my $300, okay? So let's just be honest. Dame Dash is not in no position to clown nobody. We're seeing Camron rise to the top of that space, the podcast space and the hip-hop space. He's not just talking about sports. But Dame Dash try to belittle it and put him in a box and clown him. Let me read this story. We can have this conversation. But at the end of the day, I think Dame Dash need to just promote Dame Dash. No one wants to hear what he's talking about unless he's talking about Jay-Z and now Camron or 50 Cent. So if he's not talking about somebody else becoming a complete chatty patty, the one thing that he seemed to despise, he's become that. Because you can get him anywhere to talk about somebody else's business, but then he'll tell you that real men don't do that, right? So let me read this article and have a conversation. Dame Dash berates Camron for becoming a sportscaster by Gabriel Braz Navarez on the hotnewhiphop.com website. Camron recently made Kevin Hart walk out of an interview by clowning Dame Dash, and the former Rocafella executive is returning fire. I don't think that this was based on the Kevin Hart thing when Camron said, what's your thoughts about Dame Dash? He was cracking a joke on to Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart was in one of Dame Dash's first movies. I believe it might have been Streets is Watching or State Property. I believe it was State Property when Kevin Hart was an unknown comedian coming up. Dame Dash put him in the movie. The thing about that is Dame Dash will never let him forget it. And the more successful Kevin gets, the more bitter and angry Dame Dash gets. So he talks about Kevin Hart in a really negative way. And he tries to make Kevin Hart beholden to him because he put him in his first movie. As if all of his success after that is due to Dame Dash putting him in a movie that really only hood niggas watch. Let's just be honest. That is a hood movie. It doesn't stand the test of time. Let's just be honest. And it didn't make Kevin Hart successful. Okay, Kevin Hart went into that movie. He played the role. It's not a significant role, but he went on to work hard and become what he is. Kevin Hart will not speak on Dame Dash at this point because he knows where it goes. All it's going to do is Dame Dash lashing out for 2-3 years straight, right? Dame Dash is so beneath most of these guys in the game. If they don't pity him, they would talk. They refuse to speak on him because, for one, if you speak on him, it's Candyman. Now he's coming. You say his name in the mirror 3 times, he's coming out of the darkness to talk shit, right? End of the day. So Kevin Hart, soon as Camron said it, Kevin Hart got up, walked out the interview because he knows what it brings when you say anything about Dame Dash. He still wants to be the big man, big bone and brolic, talking shit about everybody when at the end of the day, everybody's talking about is doing better than him in every single way. All right, let me finish. Dame Dash was the most recent guest on the Ghetto Runaways podcast, where he couldn't help but send some shots to Camron. For those unaware, Cam recently clowned Dame during a short interview with Kevin Hart on his Talk with Flea podcast, which made the comedian walk out. Now it seems like the former Rocafella Records executive wants to return fire. More specifically, he clowned his Dipset rival for his pivot into the sports world. How you clown a guy for making money is beyond me, but only Dame Dash can figure that out. Dame Dash is the one guy that can figure out, this guy making a lot of money. Let me take shots at him. At that profession that he's chose is weird. Killer Cam is now a sports analyst and commentator alongside Mace on their It Is What It Is show. Per Dash, this is a meager pivot from being a successful rapper, and he had some more disparaging remarks to make. See, this is how old Dame Dash brain thinks. If you're a rapper, successful, you're supposed to be that to the day you die. You're just supposed to try to rap, no matter how good, bad, or indifferent the market is for rap. Newsflash, it ain't a lot of money in rap right now. You got to actually tour, do all kind of other shit to be a rapper. Cam is in his 40s. I don't think he wants to go around trying to be a successful rapper when he can do this, the same way Joe Budden and a lot of other people pivoted. Dame Dash is clowning him for moving out of rap and moving into a space where he can feed his family and be successful. Only somebody with a mentality as backwards as Dame Dash would find a problem with this. Okay? It's absolutely stunning that the things that Dame Dash uses as a defense, as a self-defense mechanism for itself to try to find something on you, shooting the dozens like it's 1979. Let me continue. Quote, is that fly? That's not no fresh shit. Fly niggas don't talk about sweaty men. See, it's always something about your masculinity, about your gender, shit that niggas used to think was hilarious back in the 90s. Old head shit, right? Old head shit. Nobody's talking about sweaty men. This the same guy to go to watch a fight. He'll go watch a fight, but it ain't sweaty men. Then it's only when it's you doing it, never him. If he does it, it's cool. You do it, it's whack. Old school shit, goofy shit. Let me continue. He expressed as caught by Joe Budden Clips fan page on Twitter. You gonna go in the locker room with niggas taking showers and all that, and then talk about them? We used to laugh at that type of shit. Like, look at this. What the fuck is this? And now we gonna get cheap teeth and have a big mouth? Go get some designer teeth. Let's go dentist for dentist. He even said that his dentist got more Ferraris than the other guy's dentist. Gang, I've been saying for years that Dame Dash needs to grow up. Dame Dash needs to elevate. Dame Dash needs to humble himself and take time to understand that it's not all about physical and material things. And here Dame Dash is in 2026 comparing dentists. He's comparing somebody else's teeth, and he's comparing him if his dentist is richer than the other guy's dentist. Gang, I can't make this shit up. It is niggatry, is nigga logic at its finest. This is the highest level of nigga dumb you will ever see, right? Nigga dumb you will ever see. And Dame Dash is the poster child for this shit. He makes nigga dumb look good. He wears it like a badge of honor. He puts it on his back. He put a crown on his head. Nigga dumb, right? And he loves to be there. They bring him on these podcasts. They snicker and laugh. They love to see it because it gets some ratings every time he comes on. And you crazy people that think Dame Dash is smart and he's cooking, you're gonna be right with him, right? Buying those dumbass pause buttons that he be selling. Okay, so end of the day, we're still seeing nonsense from Dame Dash. Hasn't elevated. This is why I know for a fact whatever deal he made with BET, he's going to mess it up. He's going to ruin it, right? He doesn't understand what grown men need to be on when you sit on a podcast and you're trying to sell your project. You're cracking on camera. It's funny, right? It's funny to somebody. I don't find it funny because I don't find Dame Dash funny. It's so sad. Like, I'm a humorous guy. I don't find absolutely nothing Dame Dash says is funny because I know he's miserable and bitter. And I know everything that he's saying is come from a place of anger and hate inside. So you can't be funny to me. Okay? So end of the day, I'm watching this and you're telling a guy that's successful, he's about to do a deal with the WWE, which I don't like how they're bringing these rappers and doing these skits with this WWE shit, but it ain't for me anyway. But Camron's on the bubble of doing a deal with WWE to bring his whole podcast into that space. Another multi-million-dollar deal that Dame Dash is trying to clown when Dame Dash was touting that he was some big boss. Come to find out, he's now asking BET for a deal. So now you're going to be working for BET. If the show ever happens, because they took away all this guy's studio equipment. All right? But let me finish. From there, Dame Dash kept clowning Cam for his teeth. You see, he's thinking about somebody else's teeth. When his teeth fell out, and I was trying to show him some grace about that teeth shit. But there was a lot of people in my comments clowning him about his teeth. I never did that. But now he's on here talking about somebody else's teeth. You got some nerve, gang. You got some nerve. Let me continue so I can get out of here. Dame Dash's beef with Camron didn't start as that. Instead, they grew up together in Harlem and worked together a lot during the Rocafella days. This strong bond broke down, though, as claims of withheld payments and more behind-the-scenes business and personal disagreements got in the way. More personally, Camron reflected on the Dame Dash beef and why he thinks it will never end. Quote, "My problem is, regardless of what happens, I never take our problems to the internet." It kept going on, and I'm like, why are you throwing me in the spot? Dame was telling dudes that he left off the algorithm. He like, nah, nigga, I'm lit right now. And I'm like, lit beefing with me? Like, that's what you want to be lit with? And when I seen that, I was like, ain't no turning back, because the internet already got him on the high. They just showed a video of Dame Dash dancing with Nicki Licky, right, of all people, trying to be lit on the internet. It's weird. Dame Dash doesn't understand that his place in history is bigger than Nicki Licky. He doesn't understand. He doesn't care. He just wants to be lit. All right. End of the day, I'm about to get out of here and keep it pushing. But we're seeing a man that's 100% out of his depth. He's trying to play the young man's game with his internet shit, but he doesn't understand it. And this is the problem. What Dame Dash doesn't know is going to be, the internet is going to leave him behind sooner or later. All these podcasts that's calling them, sooner or later, going to run out of people to diss and stuff to talk about. All right. So what we're seeing is this guy is choosing fame over friends. They used to be friends, and now they're foes. But he likes it like this because he wouldn't have nothing to talk about if he didn't have no foes to disrespect. All right, that's it, man. I'm out of here. I don't have nothing else to say about this. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, they go live. We go live on the West Show, me, TJ, and Flares. Head on over to my Patreon account. I got a good 20-some episodes over there, plus the free stuff I post over there, lock in. Last but not least, we got a new video called Peanut Butter Tim's. Me, TJ, and Flares is barking. Get in there. Let me know what you think in the comments. The What Project is on all streaming platforms. All right? I'm out of here. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.